Welcome back to the show, everybody. This is the Upper Tier Podcast. It's Thursday Tier Talk coming at you. Myself and Dazzler in the house. How are we, Darren?
I'm not too bad, Noily. How are you?
Good, really good, pal. Really good. Had a good
Good.
productive day today and all. Got a lot done. So fairly happy so far, as they say. So we have a great show tonight. We're going to take a look at the Premier League results from the last couple of nights, and obviously we'll keep you abreast of what's going on at the Brentford versus Arsenal. Still 0-0 at half time at the moment. Interesting game so far. I just see there on 46 minutes, Victor Yerke's coming off and Eberici Esse coming on, or is it the other way around?
I think they both started, didn't they?
Yeah, so they both started.
Yeah, as far as I remember, they did. Yeah.
Okay, this is what it's saying to me here on. I'm just keeping an eye on this.
Eze has gone off, and
Okay.
Odegaard has gone on.
Okay, they had it as Yerke's. There you go. But there we go. I didn't see the first half because I was all over the place here doing stuff. But anyway, let's talk about this one.
It was a host of cards in the first half.
Seeing that, yeah. I was listening from a distance, but I was working on some stuff outside of the room. Right, so let's begin. First of all, this great match coming up, folks, May the 16th in Blackrock in Stradbrook, in memory of Stephen Kelly, being put on by Browner and the boys, the Borough Legends and all. It's going to be a Kelly's Heroes versus Premiership Legends. Two of our sponsors dropped today, so big up, welcome into the fold. GTS Transport for all your haulage needs. Make sure you hit those guys up. Fantastic company there, based out of Dunleary, as far as I know. Anything you need haulage wise, let them know. They've come on board as a sponsor. And also Partners at Law, incorporating Morrissey Clark Solicitors, are also on board as a sponsor for this great event as well. So the first two in the door there, just to let you know, still plenty of sponsorship places available. But we will keep that all going as things get closer to the time and all that time and stuff. Browner will keep me posted. If you need the tickets, folks, the QR codes are there. It's Eventbrite. They have tickets for the match, for the meet and greet, for the gala dinner, whatever you want to do, whatever mix and match you want of it and stuff like that. Make sure you check that all out there. It's on Eventbrite as well. And of course, if you are interested in doing any sponsorship, you can contact myself and I'll put you in touch with Brown, or contact Tony Brown directly himself. All the details are in there and in the description. We will at the end of the show have word as well, a little message from a Republic of Ireland left back and Leeds left back. Not giving away too much there, but you know from watching the videos, and the official promotional video for the event as well will be dropping tomorrow, which looks really good. Finalise that today and finish it off. In the chat, Baz is in the chat as always. Big up, Barry. Hope you're good, my friend. And also, we will have a look back at we're going to be talking tonight, I should say, about the title race, where we think the title race is going. We're going to be talking about the relegation battle. We're going to be taking a look at the FA Cup, but we're also going to be talking about St. Valentine's week manager massacre. What's going on here? The serious stuff happening at the moment, especially at Nottingham Forest. Manager number 4 incoming for the season, and we're only in February. An absolute shambles, I would say. How are you, my friend?
Well, I'm all right. You know yourself. Tipping away, as they say.
Good. Right, I'll change this so we can have a look as we do, and I'll change it up and we'll get stuck straight into the Premier League and what's been going on there. Give me your thoughts. I mean, we don't have to go line by line and stuff like that. Obviously, Chelsea drawn with Leeds, an absolute madness. I don't know if you've seen that Okafor goal. And we have spoken about this Chelsea defence.
There were so many things in that Chelsea game. It was such a crazy game. Obviously, Chelsea went 2-0 up, and the Okafor goal is a crazy goal. First of all, I think it's a handball. Secondly, I think it's probably a Leeds penalty then. Robert Sanchez being Robert Sanchez, and then all of a sudden the ball ends up at the feet of Okafor, and you're just watching it going, what have I watched? Like, that was just bizarre. So yeah, crazy times. And then Cole Palmer obviously fluffing his lines right at the end to go and nick the game as well. So it was a crazy night at the bridge. Just really, bemused how at times Chelsea can just look like these polar opposites. I think going forward, they really look good, Chelsea. They do. They're playing the ball well through the middle. Palmer starting to get games under his belt, coming back from the injury and stuff like that. Enzo's a fabulous footballer. He really, really is. The boy Estevel's a worldie. You've Pedro and stuff like that. So lots of good stuff in the middle as well with Caicedo and Andre Santos, who's now getting game time and looks every bit the Premier League footballer. But really at the back, that if they want to go and put themselves forward for some sort of a title tilt next season, I mean, they're 12 points off Arsenal at the minute, but if they want to go and have a title tilt next season, they're going to have to do something with the goalkeeper and the two centre-backs for my money. They really are. I think in James and Cucurella, they probably have two of the finest fullbacks in the country, But I think between the goalkeeper and the two centre-backs, at times it can be just, it's like carry on defending. It's crazy.
You're asking for trouble, aren't you? You're asking for trouble. There's no doubt about it. You're asking for trouble with that sort of carry on. Then I wanted to touch on, obviously Spurs 1, Newcastle 2, and obviously that paved the end for Thomas Frank's reign as Spurs manager. How do you feel about that? Are you kind of not unexpected or?
Not unexpected, but at the same time, like
12 first team players out injured. 12.
Yeah, that for me is huge. It really, really is. Sorry, you're missing a couple from the table there.
Who am I missing?
Well, 15, 16 and 17 aren't there.
Yeah, no, I had cut it to make it fit into the slide. So it's
sorry,
bigger.
my bad. Because I was looking and I was going.
I
don't really think they're in danger of going down. Spurs. I think they've more than enough there. I think with what's injured, that's a huge strain on any manager. And I think, don't forget, you've lost that linchpin in Daniel Levy as well this summer. So there's a lot going on at Tottenham. Do
you think the mentality would be there if they dropped into the bottom three and West Ham went above them? We've seen this. We've seen this before, kind of with Leeds. I mean, if you look, do you know how I looked at it the other day, and I seen a good podcast yesterday, content creation, and what they did was they looked back at that Leeds team that got relegated with Michael Dewberry and all, and they named off that Leeds team, and at least I would imagine at least 6 to 7 of that Leeds team starting the Spurs team.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah. I think with everyone injured, I think probably. But I also think if everyone is fighting fit, it's a different story.
But you're looking at a lot of those injuries as well. It doesn't look like they're going to show up much this season, like Madison and stuff like that. These aren't
Kulishevsky and stuff like that. Absolutely. These are long-term injuries, and there's a lot of good players sitting on benches at Spurs at the minute. Getting rub downs and stuff, which is tough. If you're a manager, you're trying to get a team out there in the pitch, but it's very, very difficult when you've that amount of injuries. They've been absolutely decimated.
And you literally sold and sat on your hands in January.
And then you get to Old Trafford last weekend, and your captain goes and does you up like a kipper,
which again is not unusual. Yeah.
Not for me. Now, here's what I will say. And I'm going to use this word, fit. I don't think Thomas Frank was the fit at Spurs.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the right fit. Do you know where Thomas Frank could end up next? Leeds. Thomas Frank fits at Leeds for me. There's a bit of structure to it. He'll overachieve.
We know Vitor Pereira is probably going into Nottingham Forest. Would he fit it in Forest?
No, I don't think so. And the only reason I don't think so is I think Marinakis is a fan of football. He wants them to play a certain way. Now, obviously, he tries to steady the ship with Sean Dyche after Ange not working. Because if you look at it, he's gone from Nuno defensive, Ange football playing, aggressive attacking, Dyche settle the ship, steadied at the back. So he's chopped and changed. The funny
thing when Dyche went in those first few games, those first 5 or 6 games or whatever it was, he actually played football. it wasn't
Well,
Sean Dyche ball, really. You
he
know what I
gave them
mean?
a foundation to go and win games, and that's, do you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. It's
Big
a
Phil.
strange one. I don't know if I'm Thomas Frank, if I'm gonna run to the Forest job. I don't think so.
No.
I don't personally. I think there's a lot. Now, you know where Thomas Frank could work really, really well? And they're losing their manager in the summer. Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace.
Because Crystal Palace don't care what the football looks like. It's all about results at Crystal Palace.
Yeah. Interesting. That's interesting. They didn't like what you said. Maybe the Palace fans were listening.
Obviously didn't. I think you'll end up at Palace. I think that's...
Yeah.
And by the way, don't be surprised if Frank ends up at Palace and Glasner ends up at Spurs.
Everton losing again at home to Bournemouth. We kind of said with Grealish out of the building, this was going to be a struggle, wasn't it? Everything was through him.
It's been tough for them, you know. I think there's been a few shining lights. I think the boy Eliminant Doy again has been super. And I have to say, and I don't know whether you've watched much of Everton, the boy that plays up front, Tierno Barry, is a real nice footballer. Effort, work rate, endeavour, the whole shooting match. Everton don't create the kind of chances that this kid needs to thrive. But for one to put a shift in, week out, for putting himself about, for winning headers, for winning fouls, you know, he's doing a superb job.
He's in that kind of tankless front row at the moment, isn't he?
Very tankless. It's really tankless.
Must be frustrating for him when he knows his ability as well. Yeah. He's only a young lad as well, isn't he?
He is a young lad, yeah. But I think there's a lot more to come from Tierno Barry, I have to be honest. Whether it'll be in the Premier League or not, I'm not sure. I do think there'll be sides looking at him, though, because I think Everton don't create an awful lot. If you stuck him into another team that was creating, I think he could score goals for you. I really do.
What are you thinking? Kind of like a Fulham?
Yeah, maybe a Fulham, maybe a Brighton. Maybe a backup for a Thiago at Brentford, or if Thiago left the building at Brentford, maybe they could bring the boy in, you know. Yeah, certainly anywhere outside of that kind of top 6, I think he could do a job.
Yeah, interesting. You're on to him 1-1 with West Ham.
Yeah, like, it wasn't a great performance. Not by any stretch. It was the worst performance we've had under Michael Carrick and stuff like that. But still, again, thought we kind of did enough to win it. With the Casemiro goal, which is disallowed, you know, it's offside. I've no problems with that. You've the ball that was cleared off the line from the set piece in the first half, Massacre. You've Xerxes, who misses a pretty good chance towards the end. Now, I know it's very late in the day when we get the goal, and some people would say, oh, you've nicked the point there. I still say it is 2 loss, because I think over the whole of the game, we hadn't created the better chances, and we had the possession and stuff like that. So we didn't manage to break West Ham down, and that's a little bit disappointing. But West Ham are on a decent run at the minute and have dragged themselves right back into it as well.
Yeah.
And are fighting for their lives. So it's not always an easy place to go, as we know.
I often find at this time of the season as well, where that top 5 races, that you're
Ta-da!
Show me
dun,
out
dun,
now.
dun, dun. True,
Hi guys, it's Ian Hart here, ex-Leeds United and
God, everything's kicking off.
How are you doing, Ian Hart? Yeah.
Get rid of him for the moment now. He's getting this is developing a mind of its own at the moment. Yeah, but I kind of feel at this time, you know, where you're trying to come away still with a point as opposed to nothing. That could be a big point in this race for those top 4, top 5 spaces, you know.
Absolutely. I think, you know, especially when you go to that, if you look at Palace, Brighton, Spurs, West Ham, Forest, those types of teams that are fighting for their lives, they're not easy places to go, because their home games are going to be very valuable for them. So you're going to see them put up a struggle and try and, you know, sit in behind, try and get you to break them down and stuff like that. It's not easy. It's really, really not easy now, I have to say.
And obviously Villa picking up the win later on against Brighton, and obviously Man City beating Fulham. And I think we mentioned it on the show that this could be a reasonably easy time for Man City up against Fulham at the Etihad. Fulham not quite hitting their straps at the moment. Forest 0, Wolves 0. Forest had 40 shots, 10 on target, and nothing to show for it.
And as I watched Sky, the girl Sue was doing it. She's probably one of the only female commentators that I listened to, and Sue was doing it, with the blondie quiff and stuff. And she was watching and she was like, oh my God, should have scored. Every time they went to her, Forest should have scored, and there was shots missed and there was chances, and then there was Jose Sa saves, and then they hit posts and they hit, and you were just like, my God, surely there's a goal going in here. And I had backed Forest, and there you go.
1-0.
1-0.
Noni Madueke, I think.
The goal scorer hasn't come up on my end yet, but it does say 1-0 to the Arsenal.
I think it's Noni Madueke.
Well, he's on the pitch anyway, so that gives him a chance.
A chance 1 in 11.
Yeah, it's Noni, all right.
Yeah.
And Hincape with the assist, which is a strange one.
Yeah.
Because if I'm right, Hincape is playing as the left back. Now, unless it's Hincape's playing as the left back and Madueke is playing as the right-sided forward. So I'm assuming it's either a crossfield ball to him and he gets it out of his feet and or it's a cross and he's coming in at the back post. Now I wonder, through the wonders of live score, it'll tell us.
The Gunners won't care either way anyway, that's for sure. 1-0.
A cross from the left-hand side by Pierre Hincape successfully finds a teammate. Madueke heads the ball home. That doesn't score too many headers, Arnoni. So that'll tell you that's the left back across to the right-sided midfielder. Gets the header.
A man with his burn and headband wouldn't be fond of heading the ball, that's for sure.
Thought so.
Absolutely. Liverpool beating Sunderland 1-0. Virgil van Dijk.
Yeah, it was a painful watch. I don't know whether you watched it yourself or not, but it was hard work to watch. It actually, do you know what? It was a very, very similar sort of game to the game we've just spoken about, the United West Ham game. It was quite dour. Yeah. There wasn't a whole lot in it.
I think second half was a bit better, that's for sure. There was a bit more about the second half, but still it was kind of like, it was just huff and puff really, wasn't it? Horrible conditions, of course, as well, but just felt like it was huff and puff. I said it to Ben actually when I was watching it, I said, this is going to need a ball to go in off someone's head or arse or something like that and just hit the net. And literally 5 minutes later, that's exactly what happened. Van Dijk heads it and literally goes in off the other boy's head. And I was actually looking at the angle, I was nearly thinking, would it have hit the post maybe? I don't know, it's just, that's the way the game was going. Sunderland tried, but they just seemed, did they seem just a bit flat-footed, a bit out of energy? A little bit flat,
they did.
They normally seem a bit energetic.
The other thing, and I know, when players come off pitches and they start talking about certain things, it's very easy to brush it under the carpet, but something Virgil did talk about after the game, and I will agree with him, it wasn't a great pitch to play ball on either.
No, it looked, you see the endo? Oh.
It wasn't a great pitch to play on, and I think that probably affected everybody in the night.
Yeah, I think so as well. ASOS is in. Big up ASOS. Atletico Madrid 4, Barcelona 0. This is a training match. He's calling it. There we go. Yeah, and then we come to tonight. Obviously, a little bit of pressure on Arsenal at the moment, but Arsenal 1-0 up at the moment. The goal from Noni Madueke on 61 minutes, restoring that 6-point cushion at the top of the table as it stands. And I think Arsenal play a league game next week as well, as far as I know.
They play Wolves on Wednesday night.
So it could be 9 points.
Possibly.
Because the boys are involved in, is it Carabao Cup or FA Cup? What is it?
It's the Carabao Cup on the Sunday.
Champions League. No, it's not Champions League qualifier. Yeah, it must be Carabao Cup on Sunday, or something like that.
So this weekend's the FA Cup. And I think what happens is Arsenal are due to play a game on one of the weekends, and they've given it up because I think they're going to play the Carabao Cup. So if we just look now, next game is obviously Wigan, Then it's Wolves. Then it's the North London Derby.
Yeah.
The cup final's not for a few weeks, actually. Cup final's
No,
not
cup
till the
finals
22nd.
ended them. Yeah, 22nd, yeah.
22nd of March.
Maybe they're squeezing the game in, are they? And then I believe the game in hand for Man City doesn't get played until after Arsenal and Man City have played at the Etihad.
Okay.
Which isn't ideal either. So we shall see.
Well, it might be ideal if you're Manchester City and you could beat Arsenal. And then go and win a game, and
Yeah. What about our friend, the Strand, the United Strand? Is he ever going to get a haircut? What do you think?
I'm not really too bothered. Are you?
No, not really.
No,
but I
not
did
really.
notice he has a great following and he is doing an awful lot of charity stuff and generating an awful lot of money for charity. So from that point of view, I'm not too upset with it continuing. You know what I mean? But I think after a while it just adds a slight little bit of pressure, doesn't it? Really,
I believe he's not very welcome in certain places because he's taking quite a bit of stick for this.
Yeah, well, he didn't he get attacked at one of the games as well, and your man got banned or something like that, didn't he?
Yeah, I think there's a bit of that going on. So
yeah,
I don't know if you get to the summer and they haven't won 5 on the bounce. You just get to chop yourself on the QT and pop back up. And
I seen a thing there today. A fella came out and he had a huge barnet of hair and a big huge beard, and he said, "I'm not cutting my hair and my beard until Spurs win one game in a row." Head cases, the stuff that's coming out on it at the moment. Crazy stuff. Right, as it stands at the moment, what are you thinking? Where's the Premier League going at the moment?
I think it's still heading to North London, to be honest with you. I just think they're just finding a way all the time. And even when City are winning games, they're kind of falling over the line in games. They're not looking very convincing. They don't look like a team who are enjoying themselves or going to go on a really good run or any of that. I'm just looking at them and I'm like, I don't know what I'm watching. I don't think they're going to be able to win 6, 8, 10 games on the bounce in order to apply enough pressure here. And I think that's what they'd have to do, you know what I mean? Because I think Arsenal are going to start to keep kicking up points, and it's going to take City beating Arsenal, winning the game in hand, and hoping that Arsenal trip up a little bit. And I think that's a lot to ask.
They're lacking they're just lacking that bit of consistency, aren't they? That we're getting from Arsenal, So
And
I mean, if Arsenal were to win tonight now,
Guardiola team.
I think if Arsenal win tonight, they're answering a lot of questions, aren't they, in terms of mentality and all that kind of stuff. Aren't they?
We also know that they have had trouble in that G-Tech Stadium previously. So this could be a crossing of the T's and a dotting of the I's as well, you know what I mean?
And they've been doing that this season. They've been correcting the misadventures of previous title races, if you like, So it'll be interesting to see if they can either see this one out or add to it or whatever. So, but yeah, I suppose if they were to wobble tonight and it ended up being a draw or a Brentford win, then huge questions would be asked over that mentality then, wouldn't it? Even though they still have that little advantage and stuff like that, but sure.
The advantage is worth nothing if you start shitting yourself.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And that's where Arteta's got to be like, we just need to get wins. Just to keep building them up, keep breeding that confidence and make sure they keep their neck in front long enough, Keep
on answering the questions that keep on rising. Yeah. Right, FA Cup. We'll run down through mainly the Premier League ones, of course. Liverpool, Brighton.
Yeah, I imagine it'll be a much changed team on both sides.
It won't be too much change for us.
Well, I think you'll probably see the likes of Chiesa start, won't you?
Yeah.
And probably Joe Gomez will go in at right back, and there will be a few changes,
I think this is a trophy we should be taking very serious.
Well, I think it's realistically the only trophy you can probably win. Exactly. So therefore, yeah, I agree. But I also think if somebody offered you an FA Cup or fifth spot and a Champions League, which you taking?
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%.
So with that said, then you've got to kind of keep an eye on other games that are coming as well, and with the squad not being as who has to start on Saturday. Calvin Ramsey has to start. He has to start. He's been on the game now. He's been on the bench now 3 or 4 weeks in a row. He has to start.
What do you think the issue is with the gaffer that he doesn't want to start him?
Listen,
Is
it a long time out?
But is it the night? Well, I mean, he played against Palace in the Carabao Cup. Remember when they hit us up?
Mm-hmm.
And he was probably, in fairness to him, he was probably one of our better players.
Yeah,
I think we have an equaliser.
We do now.
They think it's all over. Here it is now. Lewis Potter on 71.
Actually, the goal scorer on Madueke has gone off to be replaced by Bukayo Saka. I'm not too displeased with this. And the only reason I say that is I play a predictions competition. And myself and Andrew are tied at the minute.
Okay.
For this week. And I had 2 games left. It's the 2 Arsenal games. And he had 2 left. He had the 2 Arsenal games. I did Arsenal to beat Wolves, but I did them to draw tonight. And he did 2 Arsenal wins.
Okay.
So if Arsenal were to get the draw tonight and beat Wolves, I'd end up beating them this week. So I'll take that.
Nice, absolutely. What had you leaning towards the draw, if you don't mind me asking?
Just, I don't think there's too many
history?
teams go. No, not even history. I just think if we look at the home form, like Brentford are the 6th best team in the league at home. That's massive. That is absolutely massive. Now, Arsenal are the best team in the league away from home, but I just think it's a tough place to go. They rough you up, they hassle you, they harry you, they get every inch out of the crowd. It's an uncomfortable place to go.
Extremely well coached.
I don't know if you.
Extremely well coached.
But this is the guy that people thought was going to be the first out the door at the start of the season. And I said to you,
but when you think absolutely, but I think with the players they lost as well, coupled with losing Thomas Frank,
absolutely,
it wasn't a big shout, really.
No, it wasn't a big shout, but I do think at times you've got to give people an opportunity to prove themselves. Like there were so many people willing to write Keith Andrews off before, he got a chance. So you do need to be given that opportunity. And the other thing I will say is, as well as they've done Brentford, I still think there's a little bit of work needs to be done to that squad.
Yeah. The goal scorer actually just went off for Damsgaard.
Okay.
And one Jordan Henderson, I think, has come on for Yarmulke. I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Damsgaard comes on for Potter 2 minutes after Potter scores.
Could my ex-captain get the winner? We shall see. Stoke City versus Fulham.
Yeah, this is Fulham for me. This is Fulham. I think you'll see a couple of lads get games for Fulham, and it might help them. I expect to see Oscar Bob and Kevin start, and I think this will be, getting the 2 boys into the team, probably with the boy Munoz, who's coming back from injury and stuff like that, hasn't played a lot this season. So I think, I think Fulham there.
Sunderland away at Oxford.
Yeah, it won't be easy. Not a great pitch down there at Oxford, but Sunderland to go through. Yeah,
absolutely. And then we have
Arsenal. We just touch on the Southampton Leicester game.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I don't know if you saw this or not, but Leicester played Southampton on Tuesday night.
Okay.
And it was in the Chris Bowl, the Walkers, and Leicester were 3-0 up at half time and lost the game in the 97th minute 4-3.
I did actually, yeah. Genie Mac, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Arsenal Wigan.
Arsenal, Wigan. Yeah, it'll be Arsenal. He'll make changes. You'll see Lewis Skelly and you'll see Mascara and Kepa and Gabriel Jesus and guys like this. But Arsenal get over the line and they'll probably score a couple as well.
Cool. Chelsea away at Hull. The Limra senior returning home.
Yeah, absolutely. I've no doubt he'll get a great reception. Hull have been playing really, really well lately, and Hull is not a nice trip from Chelsea. Hull is very far north now. I've no doubt Chelsea will fly, and it'll be under an hour probably for the flight, but it's awkward. They'll probably fly up that morning. It's not easy, and it won't be a good pitch either. So don't be surprised if they find that difficult. If Chelsea find that difficult, and again Chelsea will make changes. We'll probably see Liam Delap start, probably Garnacho, Jamie Gittins, maybe guys like that. But don't sweat on Hull. Don't sleep on Hull at home. That won't be easy.
Chelsea also have had some interesting games in round 4.
Okay.
So, yeah, we did a little bit of history there. You can see it there on the side and stuff like that. The game against Bradford and stuff like that. No. So interesting. Where are we at then? West Ham, Burton Albion. Or the other way around, I should say.
Listen, I think it'll be West Ham. I think it'll be West Ham. Again, they'll make changes because Nuno won't want to pick up any injuries. This won't be big on West Ham's to-do list. But I think they'll probably just get over the line, West Ham. It won't be easy, but they'll just get over the line.
Their focus is more on the Prem, isn't it?
And listen, so it should be.
Yeah, absolutely. Burnley versus Mansfield. Might be the other way around. Burnley probably maybe more interested in going deep into the FA Cup because they know their ship has kind of sailed.
Possibly, and we've seen it happen before, haven't we? Where relegated teams, don't forget, Wigan got to the cup final of the year. They got relegated and won it as well. So yeah, it'll be interesting. I think it's a handy enough tie for Burnley. Burnley should get the win there.
Yeah. Grimsby versus Wolves.
Yeah,
Grimsby, the joint killers.
We obviously know that this isn't a gimme.
Not at all.
It's really not. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. But you'd have to back Wolves. But you wouldn't be surprised to see Grimsby get a foothold in the game. Let's say. It'd be one of those Wolves and about to score. You know that way.
Yeah. Villa Newcastle. One of the toys of the round, I would say.
Absolutely one of the toys of the round.
Is this both teams going much changed? Can they go much changed?
I think both of these teams will be looking at this as an opportunity. I know Villa are obviously in third spot at the minute and are probably, trying to consolidate their league position. But I still think Emery will want to try and lift the trophy there at Villa. And Newcastle are obviously still fighting and scrapping to get into that top 5 or 6. Now, they've a bit of work to do from where they are, but get a run going and it's still possible, let's say. But a big game for both teams. I'm just going to err on the side of Villa being at home and I'm going to go with the home team here. But you could really toss a coin.
And the Derby, Man City, Salford.
Yeah, I don't know whether you saw this. They do a predictions competition on the Gary Neville on that podcast,
Oh, on the overlap.
On the overlap. And Neville went 4-1 City.
Okay. Interesting.
So, yeah.
What's the chances of Ange Postecoglou being the guest on the day Thomas Frank is sacked from Spurs? What do you think of Ange's comments?
I don't know whether you saw this or not. They record 2 episodes on the same day. So Ange wasn't due in for the first recording.
Yeah.
He was only due in for the second one. Now the guys obviously go and change their clothes and all this and make it look like it was a completely different day and blah blah blah. But Ange, when they were talking about Thomas Frank, they brought Ange in, let him have his say, and then he stepped back out. And then the second one, which we haven't seen, is the one will be released possibly Monday then. And that's where the whole episode will be on Ange. But very interesting to hear some of the things he said. Like, I have to be honest, I agreed with a lot of what he said. I agreed with a lot of what he said. You know, I did.
Yeah. Yeah. At times, do we need to nearly reevaluation what we regard as the top six? Should it be an ongoing reevaluation?
I don't know. Like, I think traditionally, I suppose. Well, like, if we're looking at this from, say, when the Premier League started, like, City wouldn't have been in it. Wouldn't have been in the top six. You know, you'd have probably had United, Liverpool, Blackburn, Arsenal, Newcastle.
But that's what I'm saying. If you look at where we're at now,
yeah,
you know, is it feasible to put Spurs in that top six for you? You know, I mean, obviously you've got the two Manchester sides. Obviously, you've got Arsenal,
you've got
ourselves,
you've got Chelsea, you've got yourselves.
So that's five.
And that's five, and I think, you know, probably on the basis of training ground, stadium, and history, I just go with Spurs. But yeah, there is a conversation to be had, I suppose.
Yeah.
And you know, two teams that you just spoken about, Aston Villa and Newcastle, they'll want to be mentioned in the top six.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
You know, those owners at Newcastle, they want to do things. They want to have a big say in things, and they obviously find it difficult at the minute with PSR and stuff like that.
I just know you know what the content you see on YouTube and stuff. I agree, like that, it's always about like the top six. That's what they talk about, because traditionally they're kind of your European spots or whatever you want to call it, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just an interesting conversation. Should it be reevaluated as we go along, kind of thing, you know? So because what happens is if you just put Spurs in there, you know, then you're not getting that Newcastle Aston Villa airtime, and then look at Aston Villa, and you know, how do you not talk about Aston Villa at least this season? You know, third in the league, flying in the Champions League. You know what I mean? And people want to have conversations about Spurs, you know. So, Bren's in the chat here. Big up, Bren. How are you, lads? Just on the Villa game, it's supposed to bite down snow in Birmingham this weekend. Bren's going over to Birmingham, actually. Hopefully, won't affect. Hopefully, won't.
Is he a villain?
No, he's a Man United fan. No, he was going over for the Fratellis. They had a gig over there, and he was going over for the gig, and they cancelled. Gig is cancelled. Cancelled the gig, yeah. Cancelled the gig.
Is he still going now?
Yeah, because he had the hotel and the flights booked. So he's going over to spend the weekend in Birmingham.
I'm going to give him a little tip.
Yeah.
Because don't forget, I was in Birmingham last year.
I was there 2 weeks ago, but I was only in the airport and the train station.
Right. And what did you make of it?
The airport for me is, I don't know how it's classified as an international airport. It's
like a third world airport.
Yeah, I'm looking at the duty free is about the size of me room here. Like, it's like, it's insane. Like, I've never seen anything like it.
And to be honest, I have to be honest with you. Like, I spend a lot of time in the UK.
Yeah.
Whether I'm in Liverpool, Manchester, London, you know, places like that. Great places. I love them all. Birmingham, my God, what a shithole.
Yeah.
Like, what a shithole. So, Bren, you look after yourself while you're over there, pal. And keep looking over your shoulder, because there's plenty of opportunistic things going on around you. It's a strange place. Can't say I was very fond of it, I have to say now.
The Fratellis cancelled the gig, so 2 days in Birmingham. All tips appreciated. That.
Yeah, stay in the hotel, Brent. There's the tip.
Yeah. He is fond of a curry though, so there we go.
Probably you could probably go wild in Birmingham, could you?
Yeah,
with a curry, like
absolutely. Speaking of which, before we go on to it, Macclesfield versus Brentford.
Yeah. I think this will be Brentford. I think this will be Brentford. I don't think, I think if we're gonna see a big shock, it'll be at St Andrews. Birmingham in grey feather at the minute, especially at home, really look like a team and a club on the up. And we know obviously with the investment and stuff, and with what they're looking to do in the with the new stadium and stuff, they need to do something with the city rather than the stadium. But I do think they'll certainly cause Leeds a lot of trouble. And St Andrews is not an easy place to go, and a lot of teams have found that this season.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, let's talk League of Ireland, because the first division is back this weekend. And we weren't too far off. I suppose Shelbourne was the one that let us down last weekend, wasn't it? The draw with Waterford, where they'll be very disappointed because they absolutely battered Waterford and just didn't get the result.
That's right. That's right.
Big game coming up tomorrow night, though. Shells versus Shamrock Rovers live on Virgin Media too.
And traditionally, Rovers don't start the league very, very well. They always look what I would describe as a little undercooked at times. However, I don't necessarily think that will be the case tomorrow night. I know Talca Park isn't an easy place to go, but don't be surprised if you see Rovers, trying to get the ball rolling with a big Dublin Derby win at Talca Park. I'll sit on the fence with that one. I'll go draw there.
Derry Dundalk, top billing.
Can't look past Derry at home. Derry at home, I think that's what will put Derry in the title picture this season. I think up on that Ryan McBride Brandywell, they'll be very, very difficult to beat up there. And once they pick up enough points on the road, that'll keep them up near the top and in a title challenge.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I think that could derail them a little bit this season would be the fact that they're playing 4 or 5 home games first, and then they're playing away because the pitch is being redone.
Yes, that's right.
So they'll have a run of 4 or 5 maybe away games as well. So
yeah, but depending on like if let's say they played their first 4 at home and won them all, and were to win 2 of their 4 away, that's 6 from 8, and all of a sudden they're in you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then they're doing well. They're gonna listen. It's their home form that's gonna tell us whether they're in a title tilt or not. So I expect them to beat Dundalk.
I'm sure they'd love to go on the road with 12 points in the bag.
Absolutely.
That would be where you'd want to be, wouldn't it? Drogheda versus Waterford?
Yeah, I'll go home team. I'll go Drogheda.
Drogheda.
I'll go Drogheda. Although Waterford hung on last week against Shells, but I'll go Drogheda. I'll go Pats. Then at home at Richmond.
How did Galway not win that game last week as well? That was insane.
I'm gonna go the draw on that Shells Rovers Dublin Derby, and then I'm gonna go draw in the Sligo Balls game as well.
Wow, there's a show.
So I'm gonna go three home wins, Derry draw the Pats, and then I go and draw on the Shells Sligo games.
Interesting. And Division 1 at Longfin Harps?
Finn Harps.
Bray Longford? Big game. Cove Wexford?
Cove.
Cork City Treaty?
Cork.
And UCD Kerry?
UCD.
Going with the students. Very good. We'll see how that goes. But all the action tomorrow night, folks. Don't make sure you tune in. Obviously, Saturday you've got Sligo versus Bohemians as well. On interesting one, Valentines Day. Bohemians travelling to Sligo. Wonder will they bring the women along with them and take advantage of the romance of the weekend heading over to Sligo. Let's see. But it's very, very interesting. What's the latest on the 3rd tier? When does that kick in, or is that finalised now, ready to go? Or
well, I know the list of clubs.
Yeah, because I haven't seen any updates on it. So
they may not be. They may not play. Oh, I suppose they should play at the same time. Because don't forget, most other clubs play from sort of August to May.
Yeah.
like most clubs. But obviously the 2-4, I wonder.
Maybe are they just staggering them all a week? Maybe is it next
Not
week then that one
sure.
kicks in? Maybe.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
So it wouldn't make sense to have that playing the August to May or whatever, like the Prem. Surely it makes sense for them all to play in the same kind of calendar, no? All good, Daz. Hope you're good, pal. Hope you are good, my friend.
It says autumn 2026.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Okay, so we're a while away on that. I wasn't sure because obviously because
two conferences, North and South, each with 10 teams. A shortened inaugural season begins in autumn 26 with a full season starting in February 2027. So this season they're going to play short, but next season they'll go full season.
And does it look as if it's going to be the January or the February to November or whatever? Or?
Oh well, if it starts next February, then it's going to be February till November, the same as the
usual, same as the leagues.
But this year, it begins in autumn.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting to see
what
way they
like,
run it.
What do you think, like a September or an October through till December or January?
I don't know.
Something like that.
I don't know, to be honest with you. Yeah. It's a strange one.
Interesting, yeah. Yeah, no, because I'm looking forward to because of some of the clubs that are involved. You know,
absolutely.
So, yeah, so I'm looking forward to following it. You know,
absolutely. I'm going to look there now. So, confirmed clubs: Bonnigy United, Cockhill Celtic, Letterkenny Rovers, CK United. That's Carlow Kilkenny Home Farm, Lucan, Killarney Celtic, Mayo FC. There's going to be a lot, I would say. There's going to be a lot going on. Where are we there? I'm just trying to look. Offaly Rovers are in it. Castlebar Celtic, Cabinteely, Mayo Football Club. There's a lot in it. It'll be exciting. Anything that can kind of raise the profile of Irish soccer is a step in the right direction, and this for me looks like a real good step.
We're in the 93rd minute here, 1-1, 5 minutes of added time.
Okay.
So we will endeavour to stable that till the end. Anyway, we're just in the night.
Dango has just picked up a card there a couple of minutes ago.
That's right. Yeah.
Where are we? Let's have a look here. We'll go on and.
Could there be a late winner? Let's see.
Arsenal taking a throw in their own half at the minute. We're up to 93. You're probably going to get to 95 and odd. You know. So a couple of minutes left. Brentford's trying to do Man City a solid, as we say. How will that leave the table? That'll leave them 4 points clear.
4 points clear.
But level on games.
And still a trip to the Etihad. As they say.
If you're an Arsenal fan, you'd have to hope there's a late sting in the tail here, wouldn't you?
What you're thinking if it finishes a draw?
I don't think it's doom and gloom if it finishes a draw. I think, the issue will be that we've done an awful lot of good and we still haven't been able to really pull away from this horse on our coattails.
As good as people have been bigging us up and how well they've played in Europe, they've been the best team in the Champions League.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? Where are we now?
Interesting. There's a break and play here. There's a break and play here with an injury, as far as I know. We're into the 95th minute now.
I haven't seen this, but the text commentary says, good effort by Gabriel Martinelli as he directs a shot on target, but the keeper saves it. And then the commentary comes back and says, that was a sitter. Martinelli should have scored from that position. And that's in the 93rd minute. And now it's a goal kick for Arsenal.
The wave of questions and hate will begin.
Is it don't certain players just get an awful lot more hate than they should?
I think the problem for Martinelli is he had that brilliant season, and then he's had a massive drop off since. Didn't he? Was it 3 seasons ago or something? He was outstanding.
Yeah, but like there's
Remember?
so many guys at Arsenal, and as well as they're playing as a team, there's so many guys at Arsenal that aren't enjoying a good time personally. Like Saka's numbers are horrific at the minute, right? Gyökeres's aren't great. Trossard, Martinelli, excuse me, all of these guys are not having what you describe as great
There's a cluster,
statistically.
but the problem is they're sharing it. There's a cluster of 4 or 5 players that are all on kind of average numbers for this stage of the season, but it's been shared about, isn't it?
Yeah,
and plus, as you said last week as well, because they're not coughing up really a whole lot, you can get away with your 1-0s and your 2-1, so you don't have to.
They are the best team defensively in the league, and it's standing to them. And if we remember, Sir Alex Ferguson, goals win games, clean sheets win titles.
Yeah.
And at the minute, it's looking like City are winning games with their goals. Yeah. But Arsenal might win that title with those clean sheets because, City have conceded so many goals. And if you look at their goals for and against columns, because actually the goal difference is getting much closer now.
It's 2, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 2 now.
2, yeah. At one stage, that was quite stretched.
It was very stretched. So City are the highest scoring team in the league.
Finished 1-1.
It's over.
Finished 1-1.
Oosh. 2 points to the Dazzler. Andrew. Lovely.
Interesting. Funny enough now on shots, actually, Brentford had 12 and Arsenal had 7.
So in the WhatsApp group chat, somebody says Martinelli should have hit that first time. And the reply to the comment was, great save from Kelleher in fairness.
Okay. There we go. Kelleher showing his worth yet again as a very, very good keeper.
Absolutely.
Right. Just before I don't know, we didn't do any beat the bookie, did we?
I didn't. Not for the FA Cup.
Yeah, absolutely not. So I'll just go back to the original slide again, just to mention again, folks, JTS Transport have come on board as a sponsor for this great event coming up on the 16th of May, the Premiership Legends versus Kelly's Heroes in memory of Stephen Kelly. Tickets available there on Eventbrite. All the links are there. And also Partners at Law have joined us as well as part of the sponsors for this great event as well. And many more to be announced as well, no doubt. Tony and the crew working tirelessly on that kind of stuff as well. So if you can join us for this event on the day, it'll be absolutely fantastic. I'll be there. I'm nearly sure Darren will be there if he's not away or that's something or other. But no doubt we'll have a full crew there. But there'll be plenty of interviews. We'll be interacting with the fans. Mark will be there with the trophies. We'll be getting plenty of player interviews, all that kind of stuff now, and shooting loads of great footage and stuff on the day. But until next time, folks, Darren, take care. If you could subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button,
hit that like and subscribe. Do you often look and think, geez, what we do is way better than the subs we have? And I know somebody else recently who came out and he's talked about closing one of his pages down because he wasn't getting the subs. Now his views are off the charts, but he wasn't picking up subs, therefore wasn't able to monetize it and the way he wanted to, and was putting too much time into it. So maybe we'll have to tell the guys, listen, if this doesn't pick up, we might have to find new gigs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's a YouTube thing as well, because apparently YouTube are forking out so much money to football content creators. They're dampening the football scene down, because I noticed Mark on the United stand, he spoke about it. How Sam for the Liverpool one spoke about it. Now Terry on the football terrace, they all spoke about it. Football's getting a hard time at the moment in terms of content creation, because there's such a saturation as well, So listen, let's play this video as well. Another man who was confirmed for the Premiership Legends dropped in with a little message for everyone. So I'll try and play it here from the beginning to
Republic
shoot
and
them
left
on.
back. Join myself and the rest of the...
Now,
Hi guys, it's Ian Hart here, ex-Leeds United and Republic of Ireland left back. Join myself and the rest of the Premiership legends on May the 16th in Stadbrook, Blackrock. Proceeds will be going to Blackrock Hospice in memory of Steve Kelly, and tickets are available on Eventbrite.
great stuff.
Hi guys.
So there we go. That's Ian Hart dropping in with a message and stuff like that. So like I said, available on Eventbrite. I will tell you something about Ian Hart as well. Ian Hart played out for Leeds in the Leeds Legends game out in the Carlisle grounds in Bray last year. And he scored as equally a good a free kick as you've ever seen Ian Hart score in the peak of his playing days. He scored a cracking free kick. Don't forget
still had it.
Yeah, absolutely still had it. And that's what you get at these Legends games, folks. You get players who you can tell they were professionals. They still have it. They can still drop a ball onto a foipence or whatever you want to call it. Unbelievable.
Absolutely.
There you go. Right, so that's it from us. Until next time, I will be back. When will I be back? I don't know. Probably I might do something for the FA Cup. I'm not too sure. But if not, I'll be back Monday with Mark. Bren will be on. Bren will be dropping a video on the SmackDown review. Continue to enjoy the shorts. We're lashing the shorts up every day at this stage. Lots of pro wrestling content as well. And we'll talk to you again real soon. Cheers, bro.